Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to my humble apartment. I don't think you've ever seen the inside of this before. You probably won't see much footage from in here, but I'm taking it easy this morning and drinking coffee from my favorite mug. If you like that, check this out. Shout out to my buddy Steve for buying this for me a while back. But for today's vlog, we're going to do something a little nostalgic and a little something somber, I guess you could call it. It is the anniversary of 9/11, the 21st anniversary, which is ironic and nuts because that happened the month before I turned 21. So basically, two lifetimes for me. I'm about to be 42 next month. So it's just crazy to think about that happened that long ago. I was actually in the Marines when that happened, and I can tell you that was not a fun time. None of that was fun. Very tumultuous. It was scary. So much uncertainty, so much unknowns. Everything changed after that. It was just nuts. It was just not a fun time to be in America at the time, to say it pretty straightforward. You know, it's just a very, very depressing time. And I'm so glad and grateful that we moved on as a nation and that we've healed, we've recovered, you know, and now we have a generation of people who are, you know, we have 20, 21-year-olds now who were barely not even born yet when that happened. That's crazy to think about, isn't it? It's that happened that long ago already. But anyway, this morning we're going to do something, you know, I'm always on the optimistic side of things. I don't want to dwell on negativity and sad things and all that, even though it's an anniversary of something that was very bad. But I figured today, this is a vlog I've been wanting to do for a long time. We're gonna go vlog. We're gonna go vlog an abandoned water park, which is about 30 or 40 miles away from us. And it never opened. It never got to the point of opening, but it was pretty much fully built. I'd say about 80%, and it never opened. And so we're gonna go take a look at that today. I figured we do something kind of Americana-ish today, and what's more American than a water park, right? Even if it never opened. And but on a serious note and a kind of a more somber note, on the way out, I want to go stop and say hi to two of my buddies who fought in the war in Iraq, which had a lot to do with all the 9/11 stuff, and they didn't make it out of that war. They're buried right here in town, and I figured I'd go say hi and introduce you to them, and then we can go see an abandoned water park. So hope you enjoy it, and stay tuned for more, and here we go. Enjoy. So here we are, folks, at Veterans Memorial Cemetery here in Lafayette, and like I promised, I wanted to stop by and see a couple of my buddies that I try to stop by and visit, you know, 2 to 3 times a year at least. My buddy Jacob's one of them, and Joe is the other one. I didn't know Joe too well, but I did know him. I think he might have graduated a year before me in high school. I did know him, but not very well, not super well. But Jacob was close to me. We're in the same classes and all that, you know, same grade, and been knowing him since middle school. And he was just a great guy, stand-up guy. And here they are right here. Jacob's on the right. Hey, Jake. Jacob Gerald McMillan, U.S. Army, July 14th, 1981 to December 20th, 2006. Bronze Star Medal and Purple Heart. Bronze Star is no joke, I'll tell you that. And this is Joe. What's up, Joe? Yeah, Joe is about exactly a year older than me, so I think he did graduate the year before us. October 11th, 1979 to September 1st, 2004. Bronze Star Medal, Purple Heart, killed in action. So sad. Two guys from my hometown, went to high school with these guys, and just stand-up guys. Like I said, I didn't know Joe a whole lot, but man, he was definitely known. You know, he was I knew him as a very good guy, just an all-around good person, you know. Same as Jake. I've been knowing Jake a lot longer. I knew him a lot longer than I did Joe, and a lot better than I knew Joe. But he was just such a, I mean, just a good kid, you know, like this one of those ones you say, man, he's just a good-hearted, good-spirited person. Always smiling, always in a good mood, athletic, nicest guy. I remember in English class, we used to joke, our senior year, we had an English class that was one of those 2-hour blocks. You know, we were in there for 2 hours for basically 2 classes, 2 periods or whatever you call it. And we sat, you know, pretty much next to each other. And I'd always, because I knew I was going to the Marine Corps, I always did. And he had it in his mind. He knew he was going Army, and he was going to go be a, you know, not a specialist, a special forces and all that. And I used to joke around with him, not all the way joking, because I'd try to talk him into going into the Marines with me. And he would laugh, his big smile, big contagious smile he always had. And he would joke every time he would laugh and be like, "No, I'm good, man." But he's like, "If I don't go to the Army, I'll tell you what, I'll come to the Marines with you." And we did that almost the whole year because we both knew where we were going in each of our respective branches. But just the nicest guy, hell of a wrestler too. He was on the wrestling team. And I think that's the only sport he did at Lafayette High, but he was good, and he was intense, and he took it seriously, and he was built like one too. Not a big guy by any means. I was probably built bigger than he was, but he was just one of those naturally strong guys, and hell of a soldier, you know. Like he went in, became a paratrooper, I believe. I don't know if that's all he did, but in Special Forces, I know they do a bunch of different things, of course, but I think that might have been his primary thing, his primary specialty. I'm not too sure, though. I don't want to lie to you. But, yeah, he got killed in action, December 20th, 2006. And then Joe was September 1st of 2004. So 2 years apart. Same war, unfortunately. Such a BS situation as a whole, you know, but I remember I was in Japan in 2005, from November 05, November 04 until November 05, and I came back to the States, and I remember, it's just before Christmas. I remember exactly where I was and where I was standing when a friend of mine told me, a friend of mine from home told me, like, "Hey, did you hear about this and this?" And I was just floored. I was like, "You gotta be kidding me." Like, I was like, Jacob? Like, and it just, that stung really bad. It's always the good ones, you know. But, Jake, Joe, I just want to come and say hi to you guys and pay my respects. It's, you know, the anniversary of 9/11 today, 21 years. And, I want to introduce you to my folks here, my new friends on YouTube. And, just wanted to honor you guys today, and God bless you guys. We love you, and keep resting in peace. We'll see you guys later, maybe for Veterans Day. I might come visit you guys again. Might bring these guys along with me. Now let's go see a water park. And there it is, right off of I-10. I mean, right next to I-10. Now I gotta figure out how to get in there. I feel like I want to do the long distance slow motion run to it, like on National Lampoon's Vacation at Wally World. Park's closed, folks. Yeah, let me figure out how to get there. I wonder if that used to be, or was supposed to be, the sign right there. So yeah, I'm parked, I guess, right outside, and there's this random slab of what looks like it was mostly just handicapped parking out in the field. Like, I had to drive through the grass from way over there, a little makeshift path, and I'm parked here on this random slab of what looks like probably mostly handicap parking, except for maybe that one spot right there. And I'm trying to find a way to get in. I might just have to vlog it from the outside and get as close as I can. But here's some of the buildings. I guess the only indoor part of it. Big gift shop and restaurant or whatever, you know. And over here is the slides. And there's some more like gazebo type of, I could even get them out there. Little covered areas on the other side, they're kind of spaced out. Like I said, I'm going to try to get closer to everything, but it's pretty overgrown. It's all overgrown for the most part. I don't know what the concrete parts in there look like, but who knows? These places could be pretty dangerous, animal-wise and stuff like that, you know. But anyway, little history of it all. About 2010, this place was about, according to the owners, about 80% done. And everything was ready to go. Slides were built. You know, obviously, some of the parking was ready. And looks like all these buildings were established and everything. And then they were having issues with a few different things. One of those being permitting. Now, from what I read, the water pumps and the filtration, sorry, I'm blowing love bugs off of me here. According, what was I saying? The water pumps and the filtration aspects of it all, I guess they were having trouble getting permitted through Louisiana Department of Health and Hospitals for all that. And then the fire marshal was still, I guess, you know, taking a look at it all and trying to pass it all and make sure everything was good. So they're having issues with that. And then also they were having permitting issues because, okay, so to back up a second, the water supply that was available in this area. We're north of I-10. I-10's right there. And we're north of it right now. So we're looking south, and you're looking south right now. So the water supply that they were using or that they had available was north of I-10, and it wasn't enough to run the whole park. And so they needed more water supply, which they would have had to reach across I-10 and go south of I-10, you know, pumps and piping and all that stuff. So they would have had to pay for that, and apparently the owner just didn't want to have to pay for that. Sorry, I'm swatting love bugs again here. So they didn't want to do all that or pay for all that. So that was an issue too. So then the owner said, well, I'll just go ahead and make my own water well so I could pump water on my own and you know, to the park or whatever, to make up for what they were lacking in water supply. And so DEQ, Department of Environmental Quality, which is actually where I work, they had a permitting issue with that too, because they said, well, if you do that, you're pretty much going to have to run or build and maintain your own water plant, like a water treatment plant basically on site. And I guess they didn't want to do that either. And that's a whole lot of permitting and all that stuff too. So around 2010, like they said it was about 80% done, and it never opened. Just never opened. And so around 2013, I guess they tried to make a second effort, a second push, and try to make it happen. But it didn't, it just never did. Just never did come around full circle. Never opened. Which is kind of a shame, because there's not a water park near here. The nearest one we have is in Baton Rouge, Blue Bayou. And Blue Bayou's been open for about almost 30 years now. It might be 30 years by now. I'm sure it is. Let's see if I can get some footage from different angles here. Maybe I can get on the other side or something. I'm doing my best here. You can see how overgrown this stuff is. It's crazy. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, here's kind of the cabana looking things from we were standing before. These are kind of to the right. That main building right there. I can't believe how everything's so overgrown. I guess these would have been like individual little, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what those would have been for. Can't get close enough to see. Here's a possibly better view. It's so disappointing because I just don't think we're going to get any closer than this. Here's some more buildings on the other side, the ones I was talking about earlier. See if I can zoom in a little bit. Everything's so, even inside the park, it even looks like over where the concrete was, or is, it's just overgrown. Dang old love bugs today. You can see some of the, like the water toys, I guess you would call them back there. The things that would be like water fountains and stuff for the kids to play under and all that. I mean, I'm basically standing on the frontage road here. And it's, this is as close as I can get. There's I-10. I'm on the frontage road here. And I'm that far from it. I'm zooming in here so you guys can see everything, or see what we can see. Not much to see from this angle. But yeah, basically it just never happened. Never opened. Probably never will. All because of permitting and water access. It's a shame to go this far with it and to come this far with it. Oh, sorry about that. Still getting the hang of this zoom on the gimbal and this movement cursor we have here on this thing. It's a pretty cool gimbal, but it's touchy with the cursor, with the movement cursor. Still getting the hang of it. So yeah, sorry, it's a disappointing one for the most part. I guess I'll go ahead and still post it for you guys to see, but I mean, not much. I'm not really satisfied with it. It's not much to really experience with this, but except a short story and what you can see of this, but oh well. Guess that's all we're gonna get for this one. Win some, you lose some. Hey guys, so I wanted to make a pit stop here in downtown Lafayette because there's actually a 9/11 memorial here. And it's made out of two beams from the World Trade Center. I kind of show it to you guys. Right here in downtown Lafayette. Been here for a few years now. It says 9/11 Memorial. The two beams retrieved from Ground Zero in New York City are actual beams that were part of the World Trade Center. Standing side by side, the beams represent the World Trade Center North and South Towers and are oriented as they stood in New York City prior to the terrorist attack on September 11, 2001. The beams remain untouched in the same condition after the towers fell. The beams stand 13.5 feet tall, representing a 1/100th scale of the World Trade Center towers. Surrounding the two beams is a pentagon-shaped bench representing the Pentagon in Washington, D.C., also attacked on September 11, 2001. The 1/100th scale sized bench is oriented in the same direction as the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. The northwest part of the bench was purposely defaced to indicate the area where the Pentagon was hit by American Airlines Flight 77. Located in the area between the beams and the bench are actual limestone pieces from the damaged Pentagon randomly placed to represent the fallen debris from the World Trade Center towers and the Pentagon. Let's see what that says. The signs indicate the time and location where the structures were stuck struck, the time of the United Airlines Flight 93 crash in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and the time when the World Trade Center North and South Towers collapsed. And the defaced part, I'm standing right here at the northwest part, so this is the defaced part of it. You can see it right there too. It says 9:43 a.m. That's when the Pentagon was struck. And this says, terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America. These acts shatter steel, but they cannot dent the steel of American resolve. President George W. Bush. And this is the same inscription on the as on the other side that I just read, but it's in French. And again, you guys don't want me trying to speak French. It's a nice area of downtown too. And this is the French inscription of the quote from George Bush that I just read. It says 10:05 right there on that one. Right there. And this one says 10:29 a.m. Such a sad day indeed. Yeah, just wanted to show you guys this. I've always thought this is a pretty beautiful memorial and representation of that day. And it's crazy to think that those beams were part of it. They were there, part of the building. So signing off on this somber day, I'll go ahead and say thanks for watching, and I hope you guys all say your own small prayer for the country and all those who definitely suffered from this and lost family members and friends, all that stuff, in this tragedy for sure. So yeah, so I'll see you on the next one, guys, and goodbye. Have a great Sunday.